Carrington all over her. Clark eyes up. Bounces to Boston. Boston one-on-one with Jones, will flip it in. Nelson Adota trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in. There are the first points in the WNBA career of Caitlin Clark.
Take it at the rim. Here, hesitation. You have to come on her. It goes by her first two.
It is Caitlin Clark able to clear for Indiana.
Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here, handling the physicality of Benijah Laney, with which Caitlin Clark handles right here. She crosses sides of the floor, she gets her hips and shoulders past Laney, and she leans. 2 for 1.
Clark, bounce pass. There's Boston. Leibich hounding Clark. Clark, step back three, knocks it down. Take a look here at a career first.
Step back, going right, I may add. It's usually step back, going left.
That's where one guard is just a lot stronger than the other because of her experience and maturity.
Nice look from Clark, and Smith lays it home. You have 2 assists and a bucket on the first 3 possessions.
We have seen Caitlin Clark play, showing what made her such
of that run to the finals before the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games. Clark connects on a 3.
Caitlin Clark here gets the switch on the screen, smaller. Just for that reason, they're too deadly from behind the arc.
An 11-0 run for New York. Clark, she got another. Second 3 of the quarter for Caitlin Clark.
She has that 1 foul. Knows it's important not to pick up the second because she got 2 in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark connects on a 3.
And she needs to be aggressive on the offensive end. And anytime her defender, Carrington, gets caught up on a screen, and a nice one by Aaliyah Boston on that possession.
Connecticut, an early 9-point lead. Clark, a 3. It was good. Second 3 of the quarter for Caitlin Clark. Bonner gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
Look at Wheeler staring to the right side, knows who's there, drop path behind. Could be the deepest shot we've seen Caitlin Clark make as a pro. Big one.
Absolutely blown the roof off.
But playing at UConn, she is used to all of this. Oh, Caitlin Clark, rookie on rookie crime right there in Mule's face.
Caitlin got out.
Oh, Jewel Lloyd misses after a tremendous move, and we are tied right now. Clark to Samuelson, and there is, believe it or not, folks, the biggest lead of the game. Here's Clark with it. Benley inside against the taller Mercedes Russell and still gets it to go.
Here's 1 of 5.
How about Benley running the floor there? And the find there from Clark.
Is it underrated?
Everybody talks about the logo 3s.
Yeah, they do.
Great concept, good execution. Jackson calling for it and gets it. Here's Hamby on the post. Against Samuelson, stripped away, picked up by Clark. Clark, the feet underneath. Benley working against your room. What a move there.
NCAA ranks. We've got some score power on the court. Watch that inside hand, that left hand. Caitlin Clark gets away with a little shove inside, creates that space. Gustafson, too much. Long rebound to the fever. Oh, in fact, Benley says, don't wait.
Transition defense.
Such good athletic specimens, and I think it's so much fun to see like how Megan Gustafson has recreated her body. She changed herself from a post in college to being a power forward in the WNBA. It's amazing how
That's putting up some buckets.
It sure was. Top 4 scorers at the college level here in this one as Caitlin Clark, and now back-to-back buckets.
Here is Clark. She will launch and bury a 3.
They do have a smaller backcourt, but they're quick. When she gets her feet set, I mean, that's why I carry my tape measure around, Pat. Sometimes Hamby had a clear out.
Giroux turns, ducks in. In fact, Benley stays with her. Blocked from behind. That was Clark. Now Clark looking to push. Cross-court pass. Pull back to Clark. She will launch and bury a three. To open up the second quarter, and Clark doing it with some defense. Comes up with the block. And then Lexi Hull finds her. Fever back within 4. This is the closest the Fever have been since early second quarter. Indiana's battle back within 3. Dangerous pass. It's Clark who's off to the races. And Caitlin Clark pulls the Fever back within 1. Brink lobbing it inside. Hamby denied. It's 22, Caitlin Clark.
See, this is the small lineup I'm talking about with Caitlin Samuelson at the 4.
Clark bounce pass, it's Smith again.
By Caitlin Clark to recognize 2 bigs, and Alyssa Smith sees that she has a wide open lane to the bucket. Just a great delivery. I mean, putting it on the money.
Clark over Horston, hits a 3. No bounds.
Horston's got to come with hands up. You can't let Clark see the
Defensive board or a turnover and push pace the other way. First in the league in fast break points.
Clark connects on a deep 3. To the Commissioner's Cup final. What a dish. Down the floor. Wallace, the finish plus the foul. On a beautiful delivery from Clark.
And there's been many times early in this season where that has not been the case and have allowed too much dribble penetration.
Well, and it allows them, oh, what a dime. My goodness, the pass from Clark to Katie Lou Samuelson. Had an open look from 3, didn't take it. Only 3 to shoot. Gonna have to make something happen. Clark through the lane, reverses it in, and beats the shot clock.
Like Caitlin had an opportunity to take the shot, instead drives in, and good job here after the travel to turn her back and shoulder.
Make maybe big threes and D.
We can come up with something. We'll workshop it.
We're workshopping it.
Kelsey Mitchell lays it up and in there. It's been the second and third quarter that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can have a better one here today as Clark finally hits her first shot of the night. It's on Wednesday.
One thing about Caitlin Clark, she's relentless. She's going to keep shooting that ball.
Gets her on the bounce. Dolson too strong. Quickly up the floor is Mitchell. Beautiful find from Clark as Mitchell lays it up and in. Here's Clark. Picked up now by Dee Richards as she's into the ball game. Richards on the floor. Clark, the step back 3 just below the logo, drills it.
She's a rookie, and she's 22 years old, the same as her jersey, but those heels were right at the logo.
Meg McDonald, Chrissy Winter-Scott, Megan McPeak with you here. Clark pulls off that screen, knocks it down. Even with her body fading, she can still control that shot.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a 3. She's out. Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark heaves and rattles one in. Back and forth they go from deep. A gauntlet to begin her career.
No shot is too far away from the rim for Caitlin Clark. Carrington gets caught underneath the screen from Boston.
She works hard and does her work early before the ball gets inside.
Cheyenne Parker married in the offseason. Clark catch and shoot, hits a 3.
Screen setting up aerial power. She's coming off a pin down. An excellent screen by Alyssa Smith. She takes a piece of Powers off the...
For Indiana, you're expecting maybe an initial surge. Clark on the drive, gets to the rim and the finish.
Really great read by Caitlin. Action by Clark right here. She comes into this action and then sees a wide open lane. What a nice finish.
Indiana's going to have to try to win this a second time here after that brilliant first half. Oh, Clark, beautiful feed, and there's Boston.
Her arm's going to fall off. Brian Howard, shoot till your arm falls off.
Clark bounces, Boston the spin and the finish. Well, the offense is woken up for Indiana.
And Christy Sides told us we have got to find a body on Reese.
Clark gets freed up from up top.
For Clark as well, and you see this screen, on-ball screen, and open in the corner of her eye, and she knocked it down.
Caitlin Clark scoreless since 5:51 left in the first quarter, and she post feeds Aaliyah Boston. Trying to find some space, goes reverse style. Her first bucket since 5:51 in the first.
Good stuff.
She's needed a game like this. Her last four, shooting 29% from three, gets blocked by Clark.
Feet under her shoulders and launch.
Clark from the blind side. The steal and a bucket. Wallace has had 4 wide open looks from 3. They just haven't fallen for her. No whistle there. Van Loo thought she was fouled. Here's Clark off to the races. Ahead for Wallace.
Perfect.
Can't hit on 3. She's got 9, 8, and 5 right now. Clark with the step back deep 2. Money.
Well, that takes care of one category.
Really good screen by Nia Coffey, and that's something that Nia Coffey does well every time down the floor. It tries to help the continuity of the offense.
Caitlin Clark on the board with a logo 3.
And as Caitlin Clark off of some screening action there by Nelissa Smith gets an open three-point shot.
This will be their third. Caitlin Clark asked for the ball, and that's why.
She has done throughout her career at multiple levels.
Tina Charles just had 2 points against Indiana in their last possession, but Caitlin Clark.
Clark trying to shake free Mabry all over her. Here is Clark. Clark separating, taking, and hitting. Caitlin Clark with a difficult look from deep. A locked-in face.
Locked-in face.
Clark a deep 3. You bet! Could have held for 1, did not, but able to hit. Here's the flick ahead. Nelissa Smith lays it in on the delivery from Clark. Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark. Catch, fire, and connect. 5th 3 of the game for Clark.
11 wins all of last season. They're already at 10. Looking to tie last year's winning record.
Clark from way downtown and knocks it down.
Round to Russell pick. Now to Horston. Gets a decent look. Can't get it to go. All of a sudden, that's 6 of 10. Not looking so hot anymore. And a baseball pass down court and with passing. Look at this.
This is a pass that not very many players can make from behind the free throw line on the money, but they're not going to do that. And with Noelle Quinn, as you mentioned, no challenge.
Clark, 3 ball on the way, and good. Boy, that cost Seattle 3 points, and they should have never had the ball there.
The break. Here's Clark. Still trying to find her rhythm. A deep pull. Got it.
That is a great.
The line for 2.
Watch the range right here, Jonesy. We're coming off this screen. Allen goes under.
And one other thing, if Caitlin Clark gets going, she's one of the few players that has the ability to turn your own building against you. Griner has it come off. Clark with the pull. Boston with a nice rim run. Christine, a little bit earlier, I asked Diana, what was your playing weight at UConn? She said 180. I said, what's your playing weight now? She said 155.
Well, there were
25 pounds.
Few factors that.
Everything but the bucket that time from Phoenix.
Good job by Cunningham to quickly get on Clark.
Clark sneaks the screen and got the layup and one.
He's going to be trailing on this. Watch right here. This is jail. Great screen by Boston. She holds the contact.
Clark gets a screen from Boston. There's the pick and roll and easy. Look.
Has to play if they're going to pull the upset here. Watch this screen and then a nice pocket pass.
We talked to Caitlin earlier today, and she talked about how that chemistry is getting so much better. And is there any better passer right now from the backcourt than Caitlin Clark? Now Clark trying to make something happen. Behind the back. Backs the basket and gets her first field goal in style.
She's up there with rebounds, up there with steals.
And
and she'll take the first three-pointer and knock it down and treat the fans to that. Getting Indiana going.
Well, I think from the start you saw that they were just ready. And that's the way to push the ball in transition.
Oh, they're not going to waste much time. Caitlin Clark has her second three-pointer. Has started out 2 for 3 from 3.
At creating a little space for herself. That's how
Clark, as we mentioned, only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the end one.
Clark hasn't shot the best in the second half, and this is just a great job. Little hesitation, change of speed.
Clark working on Van Loo. Oh, Clark, pretty step back, hits a three.
Got a little separation. Watch Caitlin Clark get a little separation there. See, when the hand extends from the body, that is usually when they call an offensive foul.
Walker Kimbrough, she will launch. Samuelson, nice pass there to Clark. Clark behind the back. Oh, it's Smith with the finish. Brilliance from Caitlin Clark.
You run. This can happen. What a delivery. Clark behind the back to Smith. 2 points.
And she knows that you her being able to affect.
Clark is coming off the masterful night and starts us off strong here from Indianapolis with a 3-ball.
And just poised. She knows the screen is coming. She
felt like took some contact there. Griner doesn't get the call. Clark working the baseline. It knocked off the underside of the backboard. Did a nice job to recover. And bounces inside. Pretty fine to Mitchell. Clark working on Cunningham. Gets inside. Clark gets it to go. And the foul. Working the double digits.
Near the three-point line. That's way too late with a caliber player like herself.
Now a 17-point deficit. Shot clock is off. The Fever can play for the final possession. Nobody picks up Clark, so she takes it in and lays it in. It's an and one for Caitlin Clark, who's putting together a first-half masterpiece.
Caitlin hit it.
Finding her way, pushing in transition, leading her way, pulling up, and knock it down.
Today with plantar fasciitis, but her team is beating Indiana, and that's exactly what the Fever needed to start the fourth.
That might be one of the more contested looks that Caitlin Clark has gotten tonight, and that's what she knocked down. Like, she clearly just needs a defender right in her face.
Second was just called.
So, Caitlin Clark, as we get a look at this one, off the ball, 2 Lynx players.
Clark.
Uh-oh.
Buckled Courtney's knees.
Uh-oh. Erica Wheeler is beside herself in celebration down on the Fever side. Well, Caitlin Clark, one thing she got is handles. Finds her way to the rim to give her squad a lead. Just a few shifts, a downshift there, the deceleration and the finish at the rim.
Clark goes behind her back to get by Odyssey Sims, and that electrifies the crowd.
Obviously wanting this team to be keenly aware of the screening action in this Fever offense.
Got to look there at Christy Sides, like Coach Trammell in her second year, and there's Nalissa Smith finishing.
Nice.
Boy, Enrique gave it to McCowan, who couldn't finish. Behind the back again for Clark. Give her another assist and a chance for a three-point play for Smith.
In transition. Whoop. And a little spin on the finish as Nalissa Smith went to the line and did in fact complete the three-point play. Look at that, 3 behind the back, Caitlin Clark passes.
We didn't play real defense.
All right, fair assessment. Nice pass from Clark. Right to her teammate Boston, who lays it in. Canny at the 3. Boston the rebound, getting her first minutes. Clark the flick ahead. Oh, what a dime from Clark. And Jones lays it in. A gorgeous pass from Caitlin Clark. It takes 3 members of the national team to secure the rebound. Knocked away by Clark. Here's Clark ahead of the field. Caitlin Clark has her first All-Star points.